Cape Town is one of the most unequal cities in the world in terms of race and class. Every day, hundreds of thousands of poor and working class families, most of whom are black and colored, struggle to access land and decent, affordable housing in Cape Town. In the 27 years since the end of apartheid, not a single affordable housing unit has been built in inner city Cape Town suburbs from which black, colored, and Indian people were historically removed. On 18 July 2017, the City of Cape Town announced its commitment to develop social and affordable housing on 11 sites of public land in the inner city, Woodstock and TRIVER. 4 years after the city's commitment to release and develop affordable housing on 11 sites, progress has been slow. Of the 11 sites committed, only one of this project is complete, and none of the other 10 have broken ground. Let's see what progress has been made on these commitments. The Pickwick Road Transitional Housing Project is one of the 11 sites housing project that has been completed. In May 2019, the transitional housing facility was occupied by 19 families who were moved from one of the other sites to make way for development. The Pickwick facility offers these families temporary housing until they are able to access decent, permanent homes. The Pinewood Road Social Housing Project is in the final stages before construction begins, making it the most advanced of the other projects. The project, which is being developed by Circle alongside Delon Lane site, will consist of 243 social housing units. Circle originally aimed to finish building around September 2021, but after COVID-19 related and funding delays, the project is yet to break ground. After delays in planning approvals as a result of COVID-19 pandemic, the city has recently secured the planning approvals needed to build on the Delon Lane social housing project, which is aimed for 150 to 160 social housing units. The city says that the project is nearing the construction phase, with the next step being the submission of the Site Development Plan, known as the SDP, to further prepare the site for the commencement of the construction. Fruit and veg in the inner city. In 2017, the city in its prospectus called on private developers to submit proposals for the development of fruit and veg site for a minimum of 50 social housing units in a way that incorporates the current fruit and veg and streetscape urban garden. The city also invited proposals on Woodstock Hospital and the Hospital Park, New Market Street and Pickwick Road side. After receiving private sector proposals in 2018, the city abandoned the process and never opened any of the proposals. After this, there was uncertainty about the future of the sites. The city recently said that this site, which it now can estimate can accommodate approximately 150 units, it is in the early feasibility stage. If this land is still going to be used for affordable housing, it will not be anytime soon. The remainder of the Pickwick Road project consists of a mixed-use development, which will include between the originally committed 600 and 400 social housing apartments. Although the city has not appointed a social housing institution to develop the site yet, as of July 2021, the development consultants appointed by the city are packaging the site for the maximum density. This entailed getting the land ready for development, securing the necessary planning and environmental approvals, and it includes a conceptual design of the site. Similar to fruit and veg site, the city originally invited proposals for the development of the New Market Street site to include a minimum of 300 social housing units. In November 2020, after years of inaction, the city published a notice announcing its plans to lease the New Market Street site to a private company known as Growth Point to use the site as a parking lot for 3 years. After objections from Ndifuna Ukwazi and the city's Human Settlement Department, the city decided to abandon this lease. In May 2021, the city announced that it planned to lease the site to the city's Human Settlements Department instead, to enable the department to develop social housing on the site. In terms of the city's notice, the land will be leased to the department for 30 years at a nominal rental of 150 Rand per year. The city will be securing the necessary planning permissions. The Salt River Market was assigned in the prospectus to communicate for mixed-use development, including social and gap housing. Although the site was identified for affordable housing as early as 2008, the Salt River Market project has been delayed due to challenges around the disposal of the land. The city aims to finish the disposal by the end of 2021. The city says that this project is also nearing the construction phase for mixed-use development, which includes 200 social housing units. The site on the Upper Canterbury Street was earmarked for future housing development in the prospectus. To date, there has not been any progress on the site. James Street and Salt River. In the city's prospectus, the James Street site is earmarked for development of transitional housing for the residents of an informal settlement on the Salt River market site. To date, there hasn't been no progress on the site. Sisigul House, formerly Woodstock Hospital Park and Woodstock Hospital. These sites are currently occupied by poor and working class families who have campaigned for a collaborative upgrading process. For almost 4 years, Sisigul House has offered refuge and a safe house to poor and working class families that would have otherwise faced homelessness and displacement as a result of a rampant gentrification and eviction in Woodstock and Salt River areas. In 2019, the city's own consultant confirmed that it would be possible to co-design affordable housing on the site with the families currently living there. Despite this, on Friday, 12 February 2021, the City of Cape Town Sheriff served court papers on almost 900 occupiers of Sisigul House. The city has applied for a court-ordered survey of the families living in Sisigul House, but the ultimate goal of its application is an eviction. Cape Town's housing crisis is growing in scale and intensity every year. More and more people are being forced into precarious housing, and many people will die while waiting for a home. If we want to build a city that truly works for everyone, it is time that affordable housing projects get the attention and the support they deserve. Join our upcoming public meeting to learn more about the barriers slowing this project down and to collectively strategize how to urgently and get affordable homes on the ground.